hear me rap about money, I'm capping. This outfit is a catfish. Bank account look like somebody hacked it. No food money, I'm fasting. Ironic how I've been on TV acting, but it's still hard to get action. Trying to blow up and get traction. Sleeping on me like I was an air mattress. I'm tired of the studios passing, begging for rations. This is my passion. My music, bombastic, Mr. Fantastic. Check out the track list. If you didn't know that I rap, then must live under a rock like Patrick. Then again, I can't blame you. It's like TikTok got me on a blacklist. I give it what? I give it real though. I give it real. I give it real. Some of y'all still don't.
Yo, we are back in the building. Another episode of Live from the Green Room. I am back. I'm your man, Joe Fox. We're waiting on Trey, and shout out to Tony Rock. He is in New York doing, I think, Salsa Con Fuego with Rob Stapleton up there, so he will not be joining us. Safe travels to that brother. And shout out, to our sponsors, Captain Kirk. Thank you for another shipment of this. This is our sponsor, Captain Kirk's Jamaican Rum Punch, and it'll make you feel like you're on vacation wherever you're at.
Yeah.
Even if you're by yourself or you take this in your bag, have a little extra punch with your whatever you're drinking.
Yeah.
Online or whatever. But shout out to Captain Kirk. And shout out to everybody who has been watching the episodes. My birthday episode was a success. Thank you guys for chiming in, and all the people that gave me a shout out on my birthday. My birthday was on the 11th.
Yes, sir.
And you know how it is when people they're always hitting you up on social media.
Yeah.
I got a few more calls I got to make, but I tried to catch up with them, but there's like hundreds. So,
it's a lot.
But I just got back from New Brunswick, New Jersey. I did the Stress Factory, Tony Rock and myself. Phenomenal shows. They don't owe us anything. Thank you guys for the hospitality and all the energy of all the shows. I think we had mostly sellouts.
Yeah.
Maybe one wasn't, but all of them were off the chain regardless. So
I can't believe you was in New Brunswick. That's literally like 20 minutes from my house.
What? I thought you was from Philly.
I am from Philly.
But okay, so that's all.
Yeah, it's over the bridge, bro.
Man,
right over there.
Something told me I should have just called and just said I was near.
Yeah, like I'd have pulled up. I'd have bought the wife the whole nine, man.
What?
Yeah.
20 minutes?
Like 20 minutes.
Oh man. Yeah, you would have had a good time.
Yeah.
You would have had a great time. So and with that, hey, we're gonna get right into this.
Yeah.
This brother that we have on the show is someone who I met during COVID online.
Yeah.
And we chopped it up. He came out here once for something in LA, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And we finally met.
Yeah.
And instantly it was a good time. That same vibe that we had online, it was like that in person. And he is an author. We're just gonna get right to it. Yeah. Author. I hope you can see that right there. The author of The Real Black Agenda. And he wrote this. It is a bestseller.
Yes, sir.
The ebook, and it's on Audible as well.
Yeah, ebook, Audible, comic book, devotional, the whole nine. I was covering everybody.
Yes. So, first, I know that you have stand-up roots.
Yes, sir.
And you started back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, what year was that?
First time I hit a stage was 1997.
1997.
I was in college, and I'd be joking in like the cafeteria and whatnot. Okay. And one of my boys was like, "Yo, man, you should try and go out. They got a spot at the Laugh House if you win this comedy competition." Mm-hmm. And I didn't win. I tied for first. Me and Naeem Lynn.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Naeem Lynn.
Shout out to Naeem Lynn.
Yep.
Naeem Lynn is the comedian I always wanted to be.
Right.
You gotta remember, so we're 20 years old, and Naeem is sitting there, and he was like, "I've got a poem I like to read. Bitches, ain't shit.
Wow,
but still I rise." And everybody fell out, and then his crowd work was crazy. "How did you get here? You used to be bald there, and a horse came along and he shaved his behind." Like Naeem was a beast with it, man. So he was just amazing, and we both wound up performing at the Laugh House. Mm-hmm. And then I had an internship at Radio 1 at the time that allowed me to start becoming an associate producer and an executive producer. But D. Lee had bought the Laugh House. Shout out to D. Lee. He bought the Laugh House, and I was doing bits and stuff with the morning show and producing the morning show. And eventually I wound up being the warm-up comedian for the Laugh House. And so, I'm there Thursday through Sunday, 2 shows a night, 3 shows on Sunday.
Oh, you were there a lot.
I was there a lot. So it's every week, and it's Philly. And what I tell people is, if you're a comedian, survive Philly, but then do it every week, 4 days out the week. Right. And people come back. We had like regular people come back. So you had to have fresh material every week.
Oh, like no repeats?
I mean, there was some. I mean, you're going to have repeats. You're going to play
but
the
you
hits.
need to have something. You need to be
when you warming up the crowd, you know what I'm saying? You got to constantly have it. So
that's true. That's true.
My crowd work was impeccable, man. That was that was a lot of time, man. I spent a lot of time there, man. I got to learn from Tommy Davidson, Thea Vidal, Mark Curry, like so many different people. Tommy Davidson, literally, I caught him in the green room. I said, how do you write? He laughed at me. I said, what did you laugh at? He said, I don't write. He said, I go up there, I do my thing, then I come down, and then I write the good stuff, and then you just refine it. That's how you write. I was like, oh.
Okay.
Let me change how I'm using this here notebook. Let me go over here and see what sticks, man. But I think stand-up has helped me in so many different ways. Right. And it, it made me a better radio personality, made me a better executive, made me a better author because, before I started writing books, I was writing jokes. Right. And then ghost writing jokes and then writing bits. So yeah, man.
Ghost writing. Now, are you open to saying who you ghost wrote for?
No. But if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay. But I will say that I was very, very lucky that I got to ghostwrite for some wonderful people. Great. And I'm not mad at the anonymity of that. Okay. I'm very happy with the check I got, and I'm very happy for the experiences I've had. But I've been under the tutelage of a lot of phenomenal comedians, and a lot of people, gave me a shot or said, hey, I like that bit, but I would do it like this. Do you mind if I had that bit? Here's $300. I was like, wow, $300. Wow. How many more you need?
Hey, a joke buyer is better than a joke thief.
Listen, I done ran into a few of them. I'm not gonna call no names, but I remember one time, this is 98 at this point, and Big Pun's on the radio, and that, I had this joke with like, I don't want to be a fat boy no more. I'm not a fat boy. I just eat a lot. Somebody who was real thin, whose name I will not say. Wow. Did my joke on a show I wasn't on, but I was in the building. And I'm like, you're not even fat, bro. Like, why are you doing it don't even work for you.
It's still relevant jokes if you're going to steal.
Like, still a joke that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you've had the experience. Well, now how long were you, since 1997, so how long were you in before you started traveling, or did you travel? Did
I traveled.
Do like road work? Now, who did you work with?
I roll with talent.
Shout out to talent.
Shout out to talent, man. Talent would be like, yo, yeah, bro, go give me some Heinekens. We're gonna work this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was always like I became like the kid that everybody wanted to help tighten up and get better because you see potential in people. So I rolled out with talent a lot. To Ray Gordon, shout out to Ray. I would not be, who I am if it wasn't for him. But, and that's not to take anything away from D. Lee because I work with D. Lee a lot. I don't know if you know D, but D's amazing.
I haven't met him personally.
Yeah, D's amazing. There is no Philadelphia comedy scene without D. Lee. I would tell anybody that. But, To Ray was just, instrumental, and he saw what I was trying to do, and, he let me go out on the road with him a lot, and then when radio took over for me, when I left Philly and had to leave the Laugh House and go out and seek my fortune in radio, I would, hook up with whatever local comedy club, and in those places in like the Deep South where they didn't have comedy clubs, we had venues. I would just be putting on shows, promoting shows. I did, one of my favorite shows was with Rudy Ray Moore and Bruh Man.
Okay, yeah.
we were in a dirt. It was this place that you can get to. Yeah. It had dirt roads in it. And what was crazy was we were looking because none of it made sense. Like the chairs were all set up where none of the chairs matched. The tables was lopsided. You've been in those type of clubs.
Just hell gig type. Yeah.
And Reg, so he was like, why they got this damn glitter ball up here? So we were just going off on the glitter ball. Like even Dolomite was going off on the glitter ball, bro. Like, so I had all these phenomenal experiences. So I was very, very lucky. And, you know, up until I didn't stop doing stand-up regularly till about 2012.
Okay. So you're not that far removed.
No, I'm not that far removed. I mean, I can always give you a hot 15.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I hot 15.
You always have a performer's cadence. Just when you're speaking. Yeah. And even like, you know, sometimes when I catch your lives, I mean, you be cooking them. It's like, so when you throw a joke in there, it's like, all right, you know when someone tells a joke, the way that they deliver it, you can say, okay, he's got stand-up roots. Yeah, that's what I feel when I hear you talk and you're conversing and you throw something with a punchline.
And it's so funny. I'll do interviews like on this tour because I've been touring since April promoting the book. Right. And I'll sit down, I'll do interviews, and somebody like, man, you're funny. Like your impressions is crazy. Like your jokes, your timing. Stand-up.
Yeah, stand-up roots that you do.
You know, and it's so funny, depending on where you met me in life, you only know one part of, you know, who I am or what I've done. Right. So it's no, stand-up is it's my heart, man. I love jokes, you know. And I remember I did a show 2021.
Okay.
Addison Improv.
Okay, that's the home club for me.
Yep. I love the Addison Improv, man. And it was funny because I hadn't gone up for quite some time. And everything that could have possibly gone wrong on that show went absolutely wrong, man. And then, you know, I like to be creative, so I like to push stuff and whatnot. So I had a screen and I was doing all types of jokes. At that point, I just started my weight loss journey. Right. And I had this bit where I was talking about the fact that Dr. Now rejected me because I wasn't 600 pounds. I was 561. So you have to gain 39 pounds before you come here, but then you do 1,200 calorie diet. Well, if I could do that, I wouldn't be here, Dr. Now. I need the damn surgery.
Hilarious.
You know, but I really still enjoy stand-up. Really love the art form. I love to see my favorite because I'm a Philadelphian. I like to see people bomb, whether it's me or anybody else. I love bomb. I think bombing is great. I think it's the best.
Not when it's happening to you.
No, but like, how do you get out of that? Can you get out of it? Can you get that crowd back? Like,
there is something to be said about when somebody's bombing and they come back
and they turn it around. Yeah.
I know a couple people. They go to comedy clubs and they go like a partner of mine in Jersey. He said, I mean, I like going on the open mic nights. I like to see the comedians have a hard time. Yeah, but there's something to be said about a comeback. Yeah. When you're failing and then you get it back, that's part of the learning process.
Yeah. I bombed at Caroline's. Whew. I bombed at Caroline's during
COVID. In front of who?
Everybody. I think there was some Hollywood execs, but at that point, I'm already I'm retired, so I'm just going for shits and gigs. So it's me, Rodney Perry, Fig, talent. You know what I'm saying? And you never want to bomb.
Okay, that's what I said.
In front of talent.
That's why I was asking, like, who saw it? Like, what comedian saw it?
Yeah, no, man. Talent was like, "You all right, Dave?"
Make sure you know.
Sometimes he said, you know, you get up there and then you start to lean on the mic stand and be like, "All right, let me see what else is funny." Because you know you had that moment where you just kind of go blank. Like it's happened to everybody, but
because you're trying to, so you try to deviate, you try to come back, and then you can feel. It's kind of like a stick shift or something like that.
Yeah, it's like I'm just trying to get it up. If I just hit the clutch, nah, man, I couldn't. Buy a laugh. Now I got a couple laughs, I'm gonna lie, but it was bad. Like the head waitress was like, "Yeah, baby, sometimes that happens." I'm like, I know the waitress ain't consoling me.
Like, and they've seen everything.
They've seen everything.
At least you got a reaction, somebody who cared.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes they don't say nothing because they don't pay attention.
It was the first time I'd ever bombed and nobody booed. It was just silence.
Oh, that's when they don't give a damn. They just want you to go.
It's like,
When they boo or they give you a response, at least they care enough to give you some energy. You might be the adrenaline might be able to think of something.
Crowd
to get
work
out of
your
that.
way out of that.
When
they sitting there like,
man.
All right, I'm Dave Anderson. That's my time.
Hey man, sometimes when you take it to the face like that, you gotta just go on.
Listen,
it's over.
You live to joke another day.
Yeah, you live to joke another day.
That's it, man.
Don't let them see you sweat, man.
Nah, never that.
So you talked about your weight loss journey began in 2021.
Yeah.
So that's in the, COVID, the quarantine was in full swing by then. Oh, yeah. So what decision said, I've got to do something? And what were the things that you were doing that was very helpful to you?
Wow. I mean, the first
thing, because this is dramatic. I mean, last time you
saw me, I had a 7X t-shirt and a 72-inch waist.
Yes. Yeah. And you had already started the weight loss journey by then.
Yeah. I started the weight loss journey. For me, when the doctor said, I don't think you're going to live to see 50 if you don't do something. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo. And then in COVID, people who were in much better shape than I were, people I would consider sensational athletes, were dying. And I was like, I'm like, if people in better shape than me is getting out of here, I ain't going to help COVID. I ain't going to give the vid that much respect.
Right.
So I said, I'm going to have to do a lot. And so I went to therapy.
Of course.
I saw a nutritionist. Mm-hmm. I spent a lot of time with my doctor. And then at that point, I had dropped about 92 pounds. And he said, listen, I want you to see a specialist. I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. And so I saw a cardiologist to make sure my heart was okay.
Okay.
And then did a sleep study and found out that I had obstructive sleep apnea. And I was, during the sleep study, I stopped breathing 150 times.
In one night.
In one sleep study. In 10 hours, 150 times. So that's 15 times an hour. I stopped breathing.
For how long?
A minute and a half.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't at all. So seconds, several seconds.
Yeah. So it was, to find that out, because you don't know, you just snore. Yeah, but that's, so that was crazy. So I had to get a CPAP machine. So I'm in my bedroom with my wife talking about, I'm going to take over Gotham. You merely adopted the dog. I was born in it. Yeah, so it was stuff like that. And then my doctor says to me, okay, you've done everything you can do, but like you keep hitting this wall at 92 pounds of weight loss, and you need to get this weight off you. You need to get surgery. And I'm like refusing, because I'm like, everything I've been told up to that point, you watch 600 Pound Life, you watch Doctor Now, you're like, oh, this is cheating. You know what I'm saying? And people sitting there whining because they can't even just control themselves. And I said, nah, I'm not going to do it. And the surgeon was like, well, what's the deal? And I was like, well, one, I ain't trying to die on the table. I was like, has that happened? He said, yeah. I said, how many times? He said, 6. I said, how many of these have you done? He said, 10. I said, yo.
Oh, yeah, I don't like the percentages on that. I don't like the percentage.
He said, 1,000. I said, oh.
Oh, okay, well.
And then he showed me the 6 people who died, and they had like all types of stuff I didn't have.
Right.
And so I decided to get a gastric sleeve.
Okay.
And so I did that, and they take 80% of your stomach out, and you're left with a sleeve. So nothing's been bypassed. Like I got all my original parts. They just took out that huge honking beach ball and left me a banana.
Okay.
Pause.
And, yeah. Pause.
Yeah. AL.
That was possible.
Yeah, it was a little, just in case, because there's, how people get in the comics. And so after that, I started realizing that I needed to change a lot. And then I realized everything around me was surrounded by food. And, I was realizing I had a little girl who was watching me. She was like, 5, maybe 6 at the time. And I said, you know what? You're going to see me work out. And she said, I want to work out too. And I said, no, I'm going to get you something better. I'm going to get you what I didn't get. And I took her, got her karate lessons. Okay. So I became karate dad. So one day I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the sensei, and I said, hey, you think I could do this? He said, do what? I said, like train, like do this karate thing. He said, yeah, why wouldn't you? I'm like, because I'm big as a house. He said, that don't matter. By the time I'm through with you, you won't be. And so, 4 or 5 days a week, Kempo, Krav Maga, kickboxing.
Krav Maga, okay.
Oh, yeah, bro. No.
Yeah. You
can't talk this level of shit, Joe.
Without knowing something.
Not without not having no hands and a couple of hot things, you know what I'm saying? So, I did that. Lift weights. I walk or, sometimes jog. about 5 to 6 miles a day.
Okay.
You know, I changed half of the downstairs in my apartment. We have in my condo, we have a gym.
Okay.
That, you know, got the walking pad and the weights and stuff like that. I'm about to get a new Peloton.
Okay. All right.
And that's it. And my lifestyle is completely different. You know, I prioritize protein, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, man, I'm in the best shape of my life.
You look good, man. I mean, you definitely put in the work to that.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring. I know a couple of people that their weight changed and they did some dramatic things to get it back. And that's very commendable, man. So
thank you, brother.
I'm real proud of you, man, for that.
Yeah. I mean, it was the one thing I hadn't accomplished. I'd done everything else. But can I conquer what I put in my mouth? Can I conquer my body? Can I, be dedicated enough to get in the gym and do what I need to do? And for me, it was the last frontier. And it's funny now, like, because people, I'll do shows and whatnot, or I'll be on somebody's podcast, and then you look at YouTube and like they're like, "Oh, look at his hair," and he looks like Marlon Wayans. I'm like, huh? Listen, and that was the thing. One of my homeboys got so mad because he's like, people sometimes say dog you in the comments because what you talking about and blackness and da. I said, but did you notice not one of them called me fat? I'm like, take the win, baby. Take the win.
Cool. So that being said, so just a little background. We met. We were doing Zoom calls like on what, Thursdays?
Thursday night Zoom,
Thursday night Zooms, because we didn't have anything to do. Nah. So nothing to do. So it was you, AJ, Vince Morris, Devon.
Yeah.
What's the sister's name? The young one?
Oh gosh.
There's like couple people coming in and out. That wasn't every week.
Yeah.
But it was like that saved my sanity. I was like, all right, people I can, talk to.
Bro.
And we got into some serious discussions about world affairs and all that stuff. Absolutely. And I think, at the root of it, I think, I would like to think, I had a couple,
small part in,
a small part in inspiring this book.
Yes, sir.
At that time you were going by the Business Bully.
Still am.
Okay. You still are.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And at the Business Bully
absolutely
on Instagram.
Yeah.
So where did that come from, and why was the need? Where did you see the need that you needed to fill to come up with the Business Bully?
Well, what had happened was there was a guy in a Facebook group, Black-owned business Facebook group, and
this is Trey Elliot.
I know that's Trey. What's up, bro?
How you doing,
Dave,
good, man.
Welcome to the green room, brother.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir. Thank you,
man.
for having me.
Sorry for my tardiness, but
it's okay. Go
come
hold
from
it
an hour away in traffic.
Go get you a book, brother.
Yeah.
Go get you some knowledge. No,
Yes,
what wound up happening was a lot of times people, especially in our upbringing, culturally, we don't have conversations about business. We know entrepreneurs we see on TV. We may know somebody, but our first interaction with entrepreneurs, especially from our generation, was like George Jefferson. He moved on up. We don't know how he did it. We know he had some dry cleaners, but what was the process? This guy had a cookie company, and he had phenomenal cookies, but wasn't making no money. And I'm like, so you don't have any money for marketing? You don't have an email list? You don't have a website? You don't have anything? He was like, yeah, but I really need help, and I got a great product. Dave, please help me. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll put in this money. I'll handle the marketing. I'll build the website. I'll, do all the structure and stuff. I said, but I just want 40%. That way I can make my money back and so on and so forth. So he got so butthurt. He went into the same group and was like, Dave tried to steal my company because he tried to take 40%. And somebody decided to put on a cape that day.
Wow.
And said, Dave Anderson, that's highway robbery, and this man is trying, and you're a business bully. I said, no, bitch, I'm the business bully. And I called Dana, my trademark attorney. I said, I'm the business bully now. Let's trademark that. And that was it. Because if you're going to call me that, because I'm trying to hold you accountable, and you don't understand that in business, we got to get out of this hookup thing and start realizing that the best way to get anything done is through investment in cooperative group economics.
Right.
So, I roll with it because we live in a world now where these folks have 17th place trophies, or because they get a degree, they think they've got experience. That's like me saying, I got my driver's license last week. I'm gonna go ahead and do NASCAR. Like that's not how this works.
So
yeah.
who is this cookie company?
I don't even remember his name, and I don't remember the name of the cookies, but they were delicious, and I know he ain't out there.
So they're not even out there.
Nah. It's always the people who got this just running their yap and talking crazy that don't ever really succeed. You know, because if you're working, you ain't got time to be, you know, busting it up, talking crazy. You're focused on what it is you need to do in order to scale. You're either starting, growing, scaling. That's it. And if you're not doing that, you're just wasting your time.
So what kind of revenue you think you could have got? He could have earned working with you.
Those cookies would have made him a millionaire. There's no doubt in my mind, because they were good. They had innovative flavors. He just didn't have the packaging. That sounds like, to some people, that sounds like a lot of money, but when you break it down, it's not. And when you have a system and a process, it's not that difficult. But a lot of people don't know how to get their stuff from in here out into the physical world. And then when they get it into the physical world, they don't know how to get it to people. And they start to look and say, oh my God, there's so many competitors. What do I do? And it's like, get your ass in the marketplace and fight.
Right. I'm
glad you're here, because I got, and I don't know what y'all been talking about prior, but I'm about to go into this.
Let's go.
with what you saying.
Let's go.
Tendonism. Tender ain't the wood.
You're the second person that bought the tendonism thing to me.
Okay, so what do we think? All right, everybody know Destination Smokehouse barbecue spot in Marietta, California. Which is on the way to Temecula. I can't wait to go try it out, because I got some business I'm tending to.
How far is that from here?
About an hour and 45 to 2 hours.
Yeah. I ain't making it this trip.
You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I got business. I got, you know what I mean? I got business in Temecula, Fallbrook, which is right over there. That's where, you know, my future festivities are going to be taking place. So I'm like, yo, we got to stop by destination one in the nation.
Yeah.
So they blew up big on social media. They've been around for a while.
Right.
And my man Uncle Walt,
sir.
aka Unc, got on social media, and all the attention to this restaurant
is because of him.
It's because of Walt.
Yeah.
Now, black people, you know how we are as black people.
Yep.
We see this. Instead of us just looking at the tendonism and the meat falling off the bone, you know we gonna find something to have to say
about it,
and voice our opinion about it, even though Uncle Walt up there looking good, doing this thing, look like he enjoying his life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The owner, an Armenian guy, whatever. So it started happening where, well, is Walt the owner? People started thinking it was a black-owned business.
Right.
And then once people saw it wasn't a black-owned business, now it became, you better be doing Uncle Walt right. I don't want to support this business because you're not doing him right. People just started assuming the worst case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He should have equal share or half or half shares in the business and all this stuff like that.
Right.
Coming from a professional,
yes.
What's your opinion on it? And let's just talk on it. And you know.
Well, I don't know the structure of Uncle Walt's deal, but I will tell
Nobody
you
does. That's the thing about all the niggas online. Keep talking and saying everything that they say.
I'm unfamiliar with it.
You ain't. First of all,
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with the restaurant.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
You got to experience tendonism.
Yeah, tendonism.
When the brisket, when he picks up the slice of brisket and it just falls off, and there's just a little piece in his hand between his forefinger and his thumb.
That dude.
Yeah,
that dude.
Okay. Okay.
There's two things I would say if he was my client. The first thing is, number one, I hope you're structuring your deal, because now you're the mascot. You're the face of the company. I don't think Ronald McDonald should be paid on the level of the owner, but Ronald McDonald is an icon. If you're using this man's name, image, and likeness, what does the breakdown look like? He should have a piece of that company. I only think that that's fair, unless you're going to give him an exorbitant salary. You're just better off giving him a percentage. One. Two, he needs to trademark tendonism. He came up with that. And if he hasn't, I'm going to teach every comedian something that no one likes to talk about. Years ago, Bill Bellamy did a bit. He did a bit on a special. And he said, you know what? Look at the time. There's that booty call. he did not trademark the term booty call. And there's a booty call movie. Yeah. Teddy Riley done made booty call songs. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the lexicon now.
Yeah.
Bill Bellamy probably would have had hundreds of millions of dollars if you think about it. And I think the tendonism thing needs to happen. I think if there's not tendonism merch, there should be. You know, there needs to be fall off the bone type of stuff. Like there's a 100 different ways to skin that cat that I don't think has happened. And I think that we don't know enough about their deal, and it's none of our business.
Right.
But what I will say is when you start attracting high-level influencers like Jordan the Stallion to come, you know, that's the one that throws the glasses down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's got Michael B. Jordan one time, he in a bathroom with Halle Berry. You're reviewing food and you haven't had a haircut in 16 years. When you're attracting that level of attention, you got to break my man off.
Especially if the product is good.
If he's not breaking them
If he's not breaking them off. But you know, I've been in this business long enough to know, and this is no shot, and I don't know these people, but historically, there have been a bunch of people who will put our faces on things and put our names on things. Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, famous
Jack
Amos,
Daniels.
Jack Daniels, even though, you know, that was Uncle Nearest, but you know,
Jack Daniels. That's what I'm saying. Jack Daniels for Uncle Nearest.
Took it, you know, took his whole thing. We have to make sure that we're about the business because we're really good at performing, but we're horrible at producing. We are horrible at conducting ourselves. We're horrible at how we structure our situation. Like I talk to comedians all the time, and it's very rare I meet one that is actually doing their own thing all the way without, you know, these clubs just ain't calling me. These promoters, man, I hope that you waiting on the hookup. You the one with the jokes. Ain't no VFW where you at? You know, my man Trey, he's got a deal now. I think with City Winery, if I'm not mistaken.
City Winery,
But I saw Trey do it in VFWs. I've seen him do it in bingo halls. I've seen him rent out old abandoned schools and turn them into a brunch experience and bring folks in and do it himself. At some point, the thing that you're looking for is you. But see, we got taught the show. No one has taught us the business. And that's my concern getting back to Uncle Walt and that whole situation. Yeah.
Gotta hope he handling the business.
I hope so, or somebody's handling it for him. A nephew, a grandchild, somebody.
Yeah. So before you got here, we talked about the book and how we met and everything. And you know, one of the episodes that we had, it was around election time, and and you know, I got caught a lot of flack or whatever, and you know, these guys they're at their own level politically. We all are.
Sure.
And that's one of the things that we vibed off of. And that's what we talked about a lot, you know, during COVID and online on the Zoom calls. And this is mentioned in the book. A shocking stat. 90% of Black votes traditionally go to Democrats with little measurable economic return. Now, to me, I'm like, oh yeah, well, of course. It's like this has been going on for years and years. So why is that such an ongoing theme with the Black vote? Well, and it seems like it's never going to change.
It's never going to change because here's the thing: when Black people do something, everybody else does it. So if you get the Black vote, you'll get somebody else. The gag is this: it's a documented fact that LBJ said that the Civil Rights Act was the nigga bill.
Right.
And he did tell Martin Luther King, I'm going to sign your nigga bill, but you're going to have to hold me to it. Black people have done a horrible job holding folks to it. And allegedly, depending on who you ask and which version you believe, he says something to the effect of, I'm going to have these niggas voting 200 years for Democrats. And he's 60 years in. And we're voting for it. And you look at everybody else, we're the only group of people that don't get anything for our vote. And be like, well, it should be enough to get in office. No, that's not how this works. We work and live in a constitutional republic, which means that we have people that we elect to represent us for our best interests. Y'all been all over the world. Y'all been all over the country. How's the black neighborhoods look where y'all go?
Well, it depends on how old
overall.
They are.
Oh yeah, you know you in a black neighborhood.
You know, you know,
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, we don't look and say, when people think the black community, they don't think affluence. That's why we've had to adopt a bass-ackwards term like black excellence. All excellence is black. Find something that we haven't done. You understand what I'm saying? So you're putting something on it. That's like saying irregardless, like without regard. That's regardless. To say irregardless is without regard. To say black excellence is to take away the fact that we are excellence in the first place.
Right.
So when it comes to
the black
our
Beverly Hills, Baldwin Hills, the
Right.
black Beverly, why it just can't just be Baldwin Hills?
It's just like when people say, well, Dave, you're the black Gary Vee. No, I'm not. I know Gary Vee. He's a friend. I'm Dave Anderson. I'm my own person. I don't need to be anybody's black derivative of something white as if they're the standard and then we are some type of offshoot. This is not Barbie dolls here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got blonde head Barbie. We got black Barbie. We got
the black
Barbie.
The black Ken doll. What was his name? Did he have a name?
Ken.
He's
a black
Ken, though.
He's black Ken.
The black Ken.
You know, it's like, hey, I want to talk to Dave. You want to talk to white Dave or black Dave? I want to talk to black ass Dave.
Yeah,
like,
right.
no, man. So with that, we don't demand anything. Just yesterday, I'm on my phone and I see this clip. This guy is running, I think, for governor of Michigan, and he's singing one song, and then behind him, Jasmine Crockett is singing and dancing. And I'm like, don't we have black people suffering? Don't we have a recidivism problem? Don't we have way too many abortion clinics and not enough culturally competent doulas? Why is it that black women are dying giving birth, but you stop the conversation on reproductive rights at abortion when Serena Williams and Beyonce almost both died giving birth, and they're billionaires? Why is it that there are liquor stores and dispensaries and pristine churches and horrible fast food, but we don't have a Whole Foods in most densely populated black neighborhoods? Why do we have so much diabetes? It's because we have horrible food choices and nobody is telling us how to grow our own food. We are literally shut out of so many things that need to be taken care of. Then you got the illegals coming in here, and in the sanctuary cities like Chicago and New York and places like that, they are putting them either in the projects or in hotels when you've got people who have signed up, who have been paying taxes, who can't get government housing. We are suffering by and large, and nobody wants to talk about it because we just supposed to just let that happen. And if you say something, you're automatically a Trump supporter, or you're automatically tearing a black man or tearing a black woman down. No, we're voting 90% one way, and we've done it for 60 years. What do we have to show for it? That's not an unreasonable question to ask.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's very, to me, it's noticeable when you hear the people talk that they're asking for your vote. And, the still quiet voice, what about us? Is now, well, what do we get? And it's shut up. We can't address your needs right now because of everybody else.
Right.
And so now our voices are just as loud as these other ones. I think you need to pay attention to us now.
Right.
And so what do you think? Now I'll look this up. I don't know if this stat is true, but out of all registered black voters, it's like 11, 12% of those people that actually vote.
Sure.
So for some reason that makes the difference in who gets the election. So that's why, it's time to vote. They come to the churches and they come to the functions and they're trying to, hey, we need you to vote for us. Right. And then all of a sudden we do. And we're not promised anything. And if we do kind of get a promise, not based on our people group, we don't even get that.
No. And
it's a never-ending cycle. Why are we continuing to register Democrat? I'm no longer registered as a Democrat. No. But even still, why are we still
voting?
Not voting, but not voting based on our interests.
Well, who have we seen actually had our interests?
That was running?
That was running. And are we talking local election or are we talking about presidential?
Marion Barry.
Facts.
But we voted. But
I wasn't old enough to vote for him back then.
But we voted for him.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. He was the mayor of Washington, D.C. That just popped up in my mind.
Because he actually cared for his people. I mean, Chris Rock said he smoked crack, got his job back. But the truth of the matter is Marion Barry put programs in place, some of which are still running to this day. So you're talking 3-4 decades later, there was some care and some thought process in what happened to the people. And he was the mayor of a chocolate city. We can't overlook that. The problem is we keep thinking that we're supposed to just be okay with just having representation. And I tell everybody, it's not about Democrat or Republican, elephants and donkeys. It's about policy. The difference in why everybody else gets things and we don't is because 1, we don't lobby, 2, we don't buy our politicians, and 3, once we get them in there, we feel like our job is done. Right. Voting's the easy part.
Yeah, you gotta be on their heads.
Bro, the president of the city council in Philadelphia, where I live, is a good friend of mine. And I have been supporting his campaigns, with my endorsement, with my finances, for the better part of 15 years when he was a state rep. Then he went to city council. Then he eventually became city council president. And then they tried to get him out. They launched a federal investigation on him. And everybody was, oh, he did it. I was like, this man did not do this. I stood 10 toes down the whole time. Right. And guess what? If something happens, I got him on speed dial. Money talks, BS runs a marathon. Do you remember when Starbucks had that incident in South Philadelphia? When that happened, I got on the phone. I was like, yo, yacht. He said, Dave, I'm already on it. I'll talk to you in a little bit. I got it. The next day, the CEO of Starbucks flew in. The end. Money talks, BS runs a marathon. And we've got to start putting our money behind people. And we also have to hedge our bets. We are not a monolith. Black people love talking about how we're not a monolith, but we vote monolithically. So if we had representation on both sides of the aisle, the gays have representation on both sides of the aisle. Ask Bruce Caitlyn Jenner. Sorry, respectful to Bruce, them there.
You said it with a slash.
If he was a serial killer, he'd be they slash them. Anyway, I'm trying to get us to understand Hispanics have people on both sides of the aisle. Y'all got mad at Obama for not doing nothing for black people, but Obama took care of the people who paid him. He took care of the gays.
Fox is one of them.
He took care of...
Fox is one of them.
He took care of you?
No.
Fox is one of them who complained that Obama didn't do anything for black folks.
And he didn't, but guess whose fault that is?
Ours.
We sat up there and just, he's one of us. No. Just because you look like us does not mean that you share our shared experience. He didn't get any Negro experience until after he became president of Harvard Law Review, after he went to Chicago and became a community organizer. He might have experienced a little bit of racism, but not too much because he was the token Negro in Hawaii. How many brothers you knew grew up in Honolulu?
Right.
With white grandparents.
Right.
Is it with white grandparents?
You got a nice little nickname. You're Barry Obama. You go into elementary school in Indonesia, like, bruh, stop.
Yeah. But I think it was such a new idea that the feeling that he gave us just to be in our lifetime to see something that accomplishment. And I think once the party was over, it's all right, what has really changed? And for me, it was like nothing. It was just business as usual. It's just a figurehead. And, and then when you ask about it, it's like you're trying to tear a black man down. And then I said, well, it's only half of him because he's only half black.
No.
Well, really not even that's a good point, man. It's just like, whose fault was that? That's our fault. It's like you do the big stadium show.
Right.
You do the big stadium show with 50,000 people.
Yeah.
You feel real good. And after that, you just stop.
You don't follow up.
You don't do nothing.
You don't get back on the road.
Yeah, but you expect people to be like...
Yeah, because you scored 4 touchdowns in a single game like Al Bundy.
Yeah, you expect people to still...
rock with you.
Nah, man, you got it. What you going to do? Like that's our fault for just enjoying the party and like you say and not following up.
We were so happy to see Ludacris and Beyonce and Jay-Z in the Oval Office. We didn't know what to do with ourselves.
Yeah.
That's not enough for me.
Yeah.
And that ain't Obama's fault either.
It's not. It's ours.
It's how we think about how we engage in the political process.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I can't remember what it was like, taking political science in school. Like, there no lessons learned that I still can pull from, but just our education, how we educate ourselves on it.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things do you think we could do as grown people to educate ourselves in voting for our interests?
Well, you might not. I don't even know if you remember this, but when we were doing those Thursday night Zooms, I started a PAC.
That's right.
I took my money and I started a political action committee.
Right.
And that was a waste of $500,000.
It was
a waste of money.
Yeah.
Not because it wasn't a good idea, not because it wasn't well intentioned, but Black folks didn't get it, and I didn't realize that I needed to spend more money and more time educating folks on what it looked like in that process. But right now, you got to start finding coalitions that are making it happen. So there is FSIC, which is fsicoalition.org. They do a lot of phenomenal work. I work with them very, very closely. It's one of the few organizations that is lobbying on behalf of Black people on Capitol Hill and doing things in order to make things happen. That's one. Two, we need to stop talking about how bad Donald Trump is. We get it. You still got to feed your family. You still got to wash your ass. You still got to get lotion. Like, you still got to brush your teeth. You still got to get up. Like, you still got to, figure out if your wife likes you. Like, there's things you have to do, regardless of if he's in there or not. If you like him or not. That's not enough for me to talk about you're going to take on Donald Trump. You got people running for dog catcher talking about you going to take on Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't know you.
He don't know you at all.
He doesn't know you at all. This person's running. He's the Trump of New Jersey. No, he's not. He just happens to be a Republican. All Republicans are bad. You know what, though? Every time I look at a city where I go on a book tour, where I am flown in to consult, and it's our people, I see a lot of Black mayors, and I see a lot of Black city council people, and I see a lot of local politicians that are not doing enough to right the wrongs because they have to deal with 30, 40, 50, 60 years of benign neglect. We've got to start saying, hey, ain't no school board meeting going down without me being there. Ain't no city council meeting going down without me being there. And then we got to start holding everybody we hold in such high esteem. All these little talented 10th ass Negroes with all their degrees, more degrees than a thermometer, but they don't know the temperature, what's happening in their city. Why ain't the Qs doing security? Why ain't the Alphas and the Kappas giving grooming lessons? Why aren't the Deltas literally flooding the school board meetings? Why aren't the AKAs doing etiquette classes? And I'm not saying that the Divine Nine aren't doing things. I'm saying that there's not enough of this happening at scale to make an impact, because if it was, then we would not be talking about the hood as the prominent role model for Black people. And that doesn't mean, because people say, well, per capita, there's not densely, and there's a lot of Black people in rural areas. We're not talking about the rural areas. And even then, is there new Wakanda, Wisconsin?
Where is
it? Where's Brothertown and Black Girl Magicville, since I'm wrong? We've got to start mobilizing the folks. If the Black Masons ain't doing what they need to do, you need to call their asses too. Take their light off their neck and start talking to them. Like, hey, what's wrong with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got to start looking at what we can do. The Bible says, what's in your hand? We keep waiting on some savior, from a political standpoint to save us. But my whole thing is, even if you look at Jesus, every miracle he performed required some audience participation. Right. Come out to me on the water. Lazarus, come out of that, come out. By the hem, touching the hem of his garment, by your faith you are healed. He's spitting the dude's eye to make him see. There's something you have to do. What are we doing other than bitching and moaning and complaining about it? And the other part of that is we're not feared. Black people are not feared. Loss of revenue, loss of life. I've seen some of these Negroes from a business perspective, and I can tell they don't have any business acumen whatsoever, because they're like, what we gonna do is we gonna protest from Black Friday to Cyber Monday. Great, you moved the balance sheet 5 days. They're gonna recoup that money, because I don't know if you know human behavior, especially when it comes to buying patterns, but if they know they're not going to do something from this time to that time, people naturally will do one of two things. They'll get everything right before, or they'll get everything right after. So you've done nothing. The Montgomery boycott lasted 381 days. My only critique of that situation was they did not have a strong ask other than we don't want to just sit in the back of the bus. There was no ownership. They didn't get, we want 55 new black bus drivers. We want different
It didn't
routes.
affect economically.
Because they didn't ask for any economic thing. It was all symbolic. Stop with the symbols and start asking for the check. In Philadelphia, they were talking about mowing down half of Chinatown to put a 76ers arena in. Them Chinese Americans was like, the hell you will.
Nope.
You got us fucked up. It's the fuck. We don't do that.
They're organized, mobilized.
And not with petitions and not with hashtags and not with hoodies and candlelight vigils. Start running up in their situation with checks and with an agenda. That's why I wrote this book.
Gotcha.
So as far as the real black agenda, just when you hear the new face, the new face in the political landscape, he's gonna run and he's gonna do something. What do you need to hear from him that lets you know, okay, he has a black agenda in mind, something that's in line with your interests?
For me, it's not necessarily, and this is going to sound counterintuitive, but we're talking politically. Politically in this country, you can't just earmark one thing for a race of people. So you have to be strategic about it. Having said that, though, if in fact a group of people is being marginalized because a lack of a policy or because of a policy, you have a duty as an elected official to do something to change that. Those things are what I'm talking about. So for example, if the schools in densely populated black neighborhoods are underfunded, if you can't find somebody in GPS, it's Georgia Public Schools, for example, who is not reading at grade level, then we need to start putting millions of dollars into reading comprehension skills, right? We need to start making sure that we have access to high-speed internet. Because there was I think like $1.5 billion during the Biden administration that was supposed to go to wiring areas that did not have steady, consistent, high-speed internet access, and they didn't lay 1 inch of cable. But the money went.
Way to go.
I deal in facts. I don't deal in emotions. So we got to start making sure that these folks understand what our needs are. We tell them what our needs are. And those are making sure that you're giving access to Black-owned businesses to get capital. The hardest thing my clients have to deal with, and if I'm expanding or I'm doing something, is access to capital.
Oh, man.
Less than 3% of all SBA loans go to Black-owned businesses.
Less than 3%.
Less than 2% of all government contractors are Black-owned businesses because we don't know and we're not being taught. And a lot of us don't know what to do or how to do it. And so there needs to be some education around that. And I'm trying, but I'm one guy.
Yeah.
Even with infrastructure, even with a team, it's hard. So those are the things that we need. Why is it that everybody else, Mr. Wong can come in my community, put up a dry cleaner, put up a Chinese food joint, his daughter can have a nail salon, but Stacy sells chicken wings out of her kitchen, but you'll shut Stacy down, but she can't get access to get a building. Those are things that need to be addressed. If these folks are taking our money out of our communities, which they are, why, from a political level, do we not have equal opportunity to make sure that we have money circulating in our communities? Why is it that there's 22 Black banks, and out of those 22, 17 are actually functional in the point where they're not in danger of being closed, right? There's a place called the China Bank here, because Chinese Americans bank there. Jewish people bank, but I have Black clients who come to me and say, should I say I'm a Black-owned business? Why wouldn't you? Well, because that turns some people off. Then those aren't your people.
Right.
We've got a mindset shift. The other thing that needs to happen, and as quickly as I can say this, we've got to start holding people to account. Do you know how organized crime started in this country? because Italians weren't considered black until the 50s. Same thing with the Irish. Same thing with the Jewish folks. So you had the Irish mob, the Jewish mob, the Italian mob, and sometimes the Jewish mob and the Italian mob would get together. Then, you got Meyer Lansky, folks along those lines. The thing of it is, they had a protection racket, but it wasn't a racket. It was, you're in our community, you had to chip in because we can't make it. The community has to be taken care of. The key word here is not crime. The key word here is organized. How is it Mr. Wong coming in here? He got 3 businesses, but Billy need a scholarship and his mama ain't got it. His daddy got killed. Billy has been coming to your store since he was knee-high to a tree stump. You need to run that.
Yeah.
Where are we on that? I'm not saying commit organized crime.
I get it.
I'm saying
we do need to get organized.
But here's the thing: we real organized. That we got gangsters in every major city telling rappers they got to check in.
Right, but you ain't telling.
You ain't telling Mr. Juan to check in.
You ain't telling Habib.
You ain't telling Habib to check in. Habib got Dunkin' Donuts and 3 gas stations. Why ain't we making them check in?
Facts.
Why is it we have not gone to the black church, which does $33 to $38 million in tithes and offerings per week, billions of dollars a year, but our communities look like absolute shit. And say, what you doing with our money? Because Mrs. Jenkins knows that she's at God's waiting room. So she's tithing, she's extra tithing, she's doing offering. I've been to churches where they don't do collection plates. They got buckets. Wow. But our communities look like trash, New Birth. Anyway.
I know. You said New Birth.
Did I? I
who first? What?
All I'm saying is, if you're in our community, the time is up for you to just sit back and rock. And I'm tired of the symbolism. I'm tired of these folks getting on television, boycotting stuff that helps white women more than it helps black people. I'm not interested in that. I want to see us start to move the needle in a way that's going to allow us to thrive, because politicians can either help us with policy or they can get out of our way for us to build. Those are the only things we really need. Yeah. And I know it's a fact because, my mom was born in the 40s. My dad was born in the 30s. My grandmother was born in the 1920s. And she said, I don't know why my kids was so big on civil rights and desegregation, because who wants to eat unseasoned food? Right. My mother was the only one of my grandmother's 7 children that was born in a white hospital. Everybody else was born in a black hospitals, the black doctors. And my mama was born in a white hospital because she was an emergency birth. So if we knew our banker, if we knew our accountant, if we knew our pediatrician, if we had us, we didn't need them. But nobody looks at that.
So I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good.
But segregation, MLK was wrong for
I won't call the good doctor wrong. I love Dr. King. I went to Martin Luther King High School.
I went to Martin Luther King Elementary.
Non-violent. It was the most violent school in America. Joe Clark came to our school.
And mine was the most racist.
You say Joe Clark came to your school?
Literally, wow. Joe Clark came to my school in 1994, my junior year of high school. Oh, wow. And he was like, yeah, it's nothing I can tell y'all, but just keep on keeping on and rise above your situation. And he made a beeline out the
back
door.
On 95.
He went right back up to Jersey.
Are you really my ghost?
That's where I'm from. I'm from Jersey. Yeah.
We made Eastside High look like Fresh Air Fund. But here's the thing. We've got to start understanding that these folks don't want us to win. And Martin Luther King told Harry Belafonte, I may have integrated my people into a burning house.
Yep.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. You can argue with me, and if the King family says I'm wrong, then I'll take correction from the King family. But that's what Harry Belafonte said. Right. I believe the bro who said, Dale, I believe he's right. So that's the thing. Who won? Because the white hospitals flourishing. Name the black hospital.
Grady.
Give me one more.
I'll be facetious.
Because I don't know Grady. I know Howard University Hospital.
Well, yeah, that's the hospital you don't want to go to.
Well, you don't want to go to Grady.
Yeah, you don't want to go
you didn't want to go to the hospital I was born in either in Jersey. There's no longer there.
I was a Kaiser kid. I mean, so
he grew up. He grew up privileged.
The Kaiser Hospital. Okay,
we'll let that slide. But that's the thing, man.
I was in the best neighborhood, bro.
Word.
No.
Segregation and civil rights benefited everybody but us.
Yeah.
It benefited everybody but us.
Facts.
Affirmative action was written by a black man. I know his nephew. It was written for black people. White women, number one beneficiary. DEI was supposed to be for us. White women, number one. We're 8th on the list of special interest groups who benefit from DEI. But people are like, well, 300,000 women got fired. Yeah, because we're always the face. When you hear welfare queens, you think black women automatically in your mind. You think black women because they put that out there.
Yeah.
You know what? The crime is so bad. We got a crime bill. Yeah.
For who?
Yeah, so 1 out of 3 of us could get locked up. So right now, statistically, 1 of us is going to prison.
Somebody going to jail.
Ain't going to be me.
1, 2.
You was the last one in. I'll just say that, Trey.
That ain't going to be me.
It ain't going to be. Listen, I'm going to a non-extradition country, but I don't do no crime. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Just,
So I got to go to Flappers, so I'm going to wrap this up. But in closing, the Real Black Agenda, I think a dope book, dope listen to, and it's your voice.
Oh yeah, no, they don't let you do AI. So I was in my home studio, for hours every day for like a week. And when I finished, my wife was like, "Yo, were you crying?" I said, "Yeah, I'm tired." I said, "Why I write so many words?"
It's a fun listen. It's a read, but it's a fun listen because there's parts in there where you can tell where you're reading the text and then you kind of do an aside.
I go off script a lot because like when you do, how you get off, you rip, and then you get off like, damn, I could have said this, and I so you go back. I had an opportunity to go back and edit without editing. I was like, I didn't say this in the book, but I wanted to say. So I tell people, so if you go to therealblackagenda.com and get the book directly from me, I will give you the audio book for free so that you get both. So
nice.
And I just want people to get it, man. If you don't dig it, something wrong with you. Yeah. But if you don't dig it, you ain't black. I'm sorry. It worked for Joe Biden. It worked for Joe Biden.
Hilarious.
That's what I said. Should have said when I was on the Breakfast Club. I should have said, if you don't go out and get the Real Black Agenda, you ain't black.
Hilarious.
I'm definitely gonna read it, man. We appreciate you for the book. But I don't know if this is mine.
No, that's yours.
Okay, but I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because look, I ain't want to get locked up for stealing. You know what I mean? But we appreciate it. We appreciate it, brother.
I appreciate y'all, having me, man. And thank you for being here for me and allowing me to have this platform. Because a lot of people don't want to have black conversations. They want to have conversations about people of color. BIPOC. I knew Tupac.
Right.
I don't know
Hilarious.
BIPOC.
Right.
So where are you at next? Like, what's your next speaking engagement?
So after this, I'm on a plane and I'm heading to Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be in Atlanta this coming weekend, and I think after that I'm like back in New York. It's a blur at this point. I've been on the road for months.
Okay, nice.
So I'm looking forward to going home tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm excited to be home.
Early birthday!
It's Scorpio season.
Oh yeah, Scorpio season. Yeah. That's what we gonna say until it's your season. Yeah. So where can they find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms at The Business Bully, and of course, therealblackagenda.com. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel at I Never Knew TV. We've got about 700,000 subscribers, so we're growing. And, if you need anything, I'm not hard to find. I'm here. I'm out here, and so just please get the book.
Get the book.
You will like the book. I sign it when you get it too. So therealblackagenda.com.
And read it in front of some white people. Be on the plane and have somebody.
Oh, that's my favorite, bro.
Have that out.
I went to a barber conference. And I did a commercial for Bevel, Black-owned clipper company. And I showed up had my book in the ad. Like,
product placement.
You're damn right. Oh, you gonna get this agenda everywhere I go. I'm going to Flappers after this. This is gonna be a Real Black Agenda. Somebody gonna come away with this book. I'm leaving here with something.
We love it, man. We love it.
Thank you, man.
Phoenix, Arizona this weekend. Tempe Improv. So come check it out if you're in the Arizona area.
That's what's up. I'm about to go to Flappers. I got the Inglewood Comedy Block Party tomorrow and Crack 'em Up on Thursday. And that's it. Shout out to our subscribers. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. Yeah. Make sure you watch this video, share, and hopefully you will be seeing the Intern, Trent. His album drops on December the 5th, and be on the lookout for some toy drive announcements. We're gonna be having a toy drive here. So check us out for that.
Yep.
And with that, hey, we out.
We out of here.
Yo.